How can a major trading and supply complex vanish? Outside this calm Northumberland village, you can explore the ruins of a key Romano-British town. Corstopitum served as a supply base for Hadrian's wall. It housed the prized cavalry tasked with defending the border. Today, most people pass by without ever knowing it exists. Come with me as I uncover the story of Roman Corbridge. The excavated site visible today is a fraction of Corstopitum. It was a Roman supply hub that supported the northern frontier. It's a tale of combining trade, ambition and survival at the edge of a great empire. The modern village of Corbridge and the Roman site are neighbours, but they are not the same place. The village grew in the centuries after the Romans had gone. Many visitors don't realise that the Roman site is next to the modern village, not underneath it. Before the Romans arrived, local Iron Age communities already occupied the landscape. Everything changed in AD 79 when the Roman army pushed north. They built a military fort by the River Tyne. This fort controlled a key crossing point in Britain. This chosen location was where roads converged from every direction. Also, the River Tyne formed a useful route for moving military supplies and personnel. The nearby hills provided commanding views. What began as a frontier fort evolved into a prosperous supply town. Staingate met the main north-south route, Deer Street, here in Corbridge. That led it to becoming the logistic centre for the north. Starting as a direct country route, Staingate linked Corbridge and Carlisle, and all the forts in between. Thousands of tons of supplies passed through this settlement on their way to Hadrian's wall. The Roman army realized an enduring truth: armies need timely supplies. How could the frontier function without Corbridge supplying the necessary support? Corbridge began as a military installation. One of its most notable components was the cavalry unit, the foremost mobile force of the Roman army. Mounted soldiers provided speed, reconnaissance and rapid response against raids beyond the frontier. Their horses required stables, blacksmiths, veterinary care and huge stores of fodder. Roman cavalrymen were skilled professionals. Their equipment represented cutting-edge military technology. See their chainmail, long spears and decorated helmets. They used powerful composite bows. They carried the standard cavalry sword, the spatha. Everyone here needed precise logical planning to manage these essential supplies and services. Excavations have uncovered significant artifacts that hint at the sophistication of these troops. The site at Corbridge underwent a slow evolution. Military buildings gave way to workshops, temples, markets and homes. We can see how it became a supply town. No buildings better illustrate Roman planning than the famous Granaries at Corbridge. Even today, their solid stone foundations dominate the archaeological site. These were masterpieces of engineering. The Romans knew that grain was the lifeblood of the army. Every soldier relied upon dependable food supplies. builders wanted to avoid mould from moisture as well as rodent attacks. They designed elevated floors supported by stone pillars so that air could circulate. The ventilation kept supplies dry. Walls with heavy buttressing carried massive loads. These granaries held food meant for Hadrian's wall and forts in northern Britain. Every loaf of bread eaten by frontier soldiers began its journey somewhere like this. We can see from the excavated clues that these buildings were impressive. In addition to offering barracks and warehouses, Roman Corbridge expanded into a flourishing civilian town. The courtyard houses reveal lives of surprising comfort. These large homes surround open courtyards that admit light and fresh air. They organized the rooms with attention to detail. Spacious reception rooms welcomed guests and provided formal areas for social gatherings. The private quarters offered security. Kitchens bustled with activity. Some houses featured painted walls, fine pottery, imported glass and luxurious tableware. Their owners included merchants, officials and prosperous craftsmen. If you had walked these streets 2,000 years ago, you would have heard Latin mixing with local British languages. You would have seen traders from across the empire. You would have smelt fresh bread, leather workshops, charcoal fires, and market stalls. Roman Britain was anything but isolated. Goods, people and ideas reached Corbridge from across an empire stretching from here to North Africa and Syria. Each artifact found here shows this frontier town as part of a global civilization. By the early 5th century, the streets of Corbridge were beginning to empty. Imperial authority had collapsed across Britain. When the soldiers left, trade diminished. The buildings fell silent. Local people removed stone to build medieval Corbridge. Nature reclaimed the streets. Even so, Corbridge remained in some form. One of Britain's richest Roman landscapes has been revealed by generations of archaeologists. Its streets still lie beneath our feet. The site's workshops continue to yield important discoveries. The granaries here at Corbridge remain among the finest anywhere in the Roman world. Even if empires vanish and habitations disappear, the landscape still shapes those who follow. In 1964, archaeologists uncovered the Corbridge Hoard, an alderwood chest containing hundreds of iron artifacts. The biggest finds were 6 upper and 6 lower sections of Lorica Segmata armour. This helped Charles Daniels and Henry Russell Robinson understand how the armour functioned. Archaeologists also found bundles of spearheads and carpentry tools. Modern Corbridge may seem peaceful, almost ordinary. Beneath its calm exterior, the town preserves the memory of a place that once supported a whole frontier. It was a town that kept Hadrian's wall alive. As a crossroads at the edge of the Roman Empire, it was where soldiers and travellers lived. And nearly 2,000 years later, their story still echoes through these singular stones. Corbridge reminds us that the Romans built the empire for conquest. Here, ordinary people with extraordinary effort constructed a supply centre. Here, at the edge of the known world, the Romans created a town whose influence reached far beyond its walls. Now the soldiers have gone. The markets have fallen silent. The granaries no longer feed the frontier. Empires fade, roads crumble, but great places endure.
Watch some more from Radio Jonaphone. Subscribe to the channel. Enjoy.